Hello, everyone, and happy Friday, my friends. I hope you guys are having a great day. I want to welcome you to the Mylio Photos Coffee Break. My name is Angela Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about Mylio Drive. Specifically, what is the difference between Mylio Drive and Mylio Drive Plus? Who has access to what it costs, what it doesn't cost. We're going to go over all of that today. Before we jump into today's topic, I do want to let you know that we have live Q&A, which is an open session for anybody to join in and come ask questions about using Mylio Photos every single Tuesday and Thursday. These sessions are for both new users and or more experienced longer term users. If you have a question about something in Mylio Photos, please drop into these sessions. They're at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, every Tuesday and Thursday. On Fridays, we have these sessions called coffee breaks where we have a short tutorial followed up by some more live Q&A. Again, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, which you guys have already figured out because you're here. And next week, we're going to be talking about photo dedupe. So if you have duplicates in your collection, we're going to be going in depth on the photo dedupe tool and how to find and get rid of duplicates in your library. So great topic. And I know something that a lot of people wonder how it works, wonder if they should try it. I'll give you the confidence to do that next week. With that, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic, which is Mylio Drive versus Mylio Drive Plus. We're going to go into some of the factors of what each one is and give you the tools to decide which one is best for you and if you should enable one or both on your system. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in. What we're going to do here is talk about a little bit about what Mylio Photos is and how Mylio is what we call cloud independent. We'll go over what Mylio Drive is, Mylio Drive Plus, and you'll learn which one you need. So let's first start off with a little bit about Mylio Photos as a whole. We call this cloud independent because Mylio Photos, this is one of the things I love about this program, makes it super unique, is that you can access your stuff from your different devices without requiring having the cloud. The cloud is absolutely optional with Mylio Photos. So if you are a privacy concerned person who does not want to use the cloud for whatever reason, Mylio Photos can work without it. So what we're talking about today is purely optional, but Mylio, what it does, instead of having to load everything into the cloud and then your other devices access things from the cloud, it allows your devices to talk directly to each other over what we call a peer-to-peer communication over your local Wi-Fi or over the internet. You have complete control of where your media is stored. And like I said, cloud is an optional thing that you can put into your system, but it is not required. And I love that. So we're going to jump into talking about Mylio Drive first. This is a service that is technically cloud, but it's not cloud in the traditional sense in that it doesn't hold your originals and it is not a backup. Mylio Drive was introduced for Mylio Photos to help facilitate syncing. So when you're trying to get things from one device to another, and to help speed up setting new devices. It is encrypted by default, so nobody at Mylio can see your stuff. It only can be decrypted by your devices that are logged into your account, and it is included with every single Mylio Photos plan at no extra cost. You do need to go in and opt into this, but it is available to you. And basically what it does is it makes things easier to get to when you're out and about if you don't want to leave a computer on and running at home. This means that your optimized images, they have the full metadata, they've got raw editing support, they take up about 5% the size of the originals, they're great for sharing on social media, everyday use, even can print up to a 5x7. Those are stored on Mylio Drive, which means that your computer at home can be shut off, your vaults can be disconnected, you can be on your phone, and with the help of Mylio Drive, be able to get a higher quality file to your mobile device on demand. It also makes it so when you add a new device to your account, Mylio is much faster at setting up and populating that new device. So that is the big thing about Mylio Drive. And like I said, it is included as an option with your Mylio Photos Plus subscription at no extra cost. It is not a backup, so please don't think that just because you have Mylio Drive, your stuff is backed up in the cloud. This is purely for facilitating those things that I mentioned and is not to be considered a backup because it is only your optimized images right here. So only optimized images. So then let's go ahead and take a look at Mylio, or what the benefits are here of Mylio Drive. You get access to your photo library anytime, even when your other devices are offline. Makes things faster to sync. It is completely private. Mylio does not see any of your stuff. So our company, our people can't see your content. And again, it is 100% optional. Who should enable this? I think every Mylio Photos Plus user, unless for some reason you have a very specific privacy concern. Let's say you're using this for, your business and you need to be HIPAA compliant. Maybe you shouldn't turn this on. If you have another specific privacy concern, you might not want to turn this on, but we do our best to make sure that Mylio is very secure and that, you have confidence in using Mylio Drive. So anyone who needs fast, reliable access, regardless of having other devices online, should go ahead and enable Mylio Drive. So the way to do this is you're going to go into your dashboard, into the devices section, and at the very top, you're going to see this button to enable Mylio Drive. Now, I don't have this option currently on mine because I already have this enabled. But what you're going to do, let me just jump over here to Mylio real quick. You're going to go here to the dashboard in the left sidebar. And let me go ahead and just click on devices here. Let me close up these other panels. So click on devices, and then you're going to go up here at the top, and that's where you're going to see that Add Mylio Drive button. Because I already have it enabled on mine, that button is hidden. But if you have not yet enabled it, you'll see it right here at the top of the devices. So let's go ahead and jump back over to the presentation and discuss Mylio Drive Plus. Now the names are super similar, which is why I think a lot of people get confused. And this is an add-on for your Mylio Photos Plus subscription, and it gives you cloud storage of original quality photos, videos, and documents. So that's another distinction between Mylio Drive and Mylio Drive Plus. Mylio Drive is for photos only, and it's just those optimized images. Mylio Drive Plus allows you to put your original quality photos, videos, and documents up into the cloud. It's powered by what we call Secure Cloud, that is our cloud name, and it is hosted by Backblaze, which is one of the most trusted and reliable cloud servers out there in the industry. You probably have heard of them before. They're a fantastic company in their own right, and we are really honored to be able to partner with them and offer their servers for our cloud service. Again, like Mylio Drive, it is encrypted and only accessible by your signed-in devices. So nobody at Backblaze, nobody at Mylio can see what is in your Mylio Drive Plus. It adds secure offsite protection for your most important memories. So if you are looking for a cloud source for offsite backup and protection, this is a really good option. So some of the benefits of having Mylio Drive Plus and investing in this additional service is you have access to your full resolution files anytime, even when your other devices are offline. That means that with Mylio Drive Plus, I can be sitting in a coffee shop across town, I can be traveling across the country, around the world, and to my phone or to my tablet, as long as I have a reliable internet connection, I can pull down to that device a full resolution file. Again, this is 100% optional, and you can opt into this program. So who should enable Mylio Drive? Anyone who needs an encrypted offsite backup. So if you do not already have a cloud storage in your system to back things up offsite, or another offsite type of backup for that disaster protection, I would highly recommend checking out Secure Cloud Storage with Mylio Drive Plus. It's also for anyone who needs to have that on-demand access to your full resolution files. Now, most people don't necessarily need that. It's nice to have, but for those of you who are perhaps using this in a content creation role, maybe you need to get to those full quality files on demand, this is something you should definitely look into because it'll make your workflow much easier. If you don't need the full quality files and all you need are those optimized images, Mylio Drive without this add-on is probably the better choice. So the benefits of Mylio Drive Plus is it is super, super simple to set up. I'm hoping Lori can go and find the old coffee break that we did probably about, maybe even a year ago now when we first introduced Mylio Drive Plus. And I did the actual setup of it live when I set it up for myself on a coffee break. It is so incredibly simple. It's just a few clicks and there's no advanced configuration required. Now with Mylio Photos, you can bring your own cloud to the setup. If you want to use like any S3 service, Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, you can use other clouds. The thing is if you use a third-party cloud, we will do our best to support it and to help you with that. But if something goes wrong on their end, we can't fix that. So you only really get partial support if you bring your own cloud. Whereas if you use our cloud service, we have the ability to end-to-end support that, and that's going to give you the best experience using a cloud service with Mylio Photos. Again, the choice is yours. You can use whichever one works best for you, but that support is really, really important and very helpful, especially if you are not a super technical person. It also has what we call precision sync. So as with any cloud service, typically you think about putting everything in the cloud. If you have a really large library, cloud service can be very expensive. So with Mylio Photos Plus and Mylio Drive Plus, you have the option to choose what you want to put in the cloud. So you can say, I only want to put my 4 and 5 star images in the cloud, or I only want to put this folder of my family history photos in the cloud. You can choose what to put there, and so you can manage the amount of space that's being used. So you have, if you want it, very granular control. You can also make Mylio Drive Plus a vault, meaning you put everything there. That's what I've personally done, but it is completely up to you. And again, it's encrypted and it's private. And how to add Mylio Drive Plus. If you've already added Mylio Drive, what you'll do is you're going to go into, like you're going to add a new device, and you're going to choose Mylio Drive Plus. Let me show you where that's at really quick, and then we'll pop back to this slide. So if you have not yet added Mylio Drive Plus, what you're going to do here is go to the Add Device. And if you haven't yet added it, it will show here in this list. Now you can see that I've already added it, so it's hidden, but that's where you're going to find that if you want to go ahead and add that into your setup. So if you are interested in adding this on, we have done our best to price this very competitively. Like I said, it is an add-on for your Mylio Photos Plus subscription, so it is not included. Mylio Drive, without the plus, is part of your Mylio Photos Plus subscription. Mylio Drive Plus is an add-on. So you can get 2 terabytes of storage for $11.98 per month, or 5 terabytes of storage for $29.95 per month. Again, it's a little bit more than some services. It's a little bit less than some services. It depends on what you need. But the real big benefit here is that it is dead simple to set up with Mylio Photos, and you get end-to-end support from us. So that is one of the biggest benefits. Later on down the road, there are going to be some additional benefits to having Mylio Drive Plus that we are going to be bringing on. But right now, the biggest benefits, like I said, is that support and the ease of setup. So make sure you check that out. It's a wonderful thing to add to your setup, and it gives you that peace of mind of knowing your stuff is backed up site and that you have access to those full resolution files whenever you need them. So just to kind of do a quick recap here of what do you need and who is it for. If you are looking at Mylio Drive versus Mylio Drive Plus, the files that are stored for Mylio Drive are just your optimized images, no videos or documents. If you have Mylio Drive Plus, you get original quality, full resolution media of all your photos, videos, and documents, or any subset of those that you want. So you have that precision control to decide what you want to put into the cloud. Mylio Drive is included with your Mylio Photos Plus subscription. Mylio Drive Plus requires a Secure Cloud Plan add-on. Both are fully encrypted, meaning that Mylio and our hosting cannot see the files that you upload. So it is very private to you. The only way to decrypt those files is through a Mylio Photos app on your phone, your tablet, or your computer signed in with your account. And for the best use case for each of these scenarios, general access, faster sync, and improved new device setup, that's going to be the best use case for somebody who uses just Mylio Drive. For Mylio Drive Plus, it's for somebody who needs that offsite storage and on-demand access to the full resolution files. So with that, I think I want to go ahead and open up the floor for questions. I know Lori's been posting a lot of links, so thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And let's take a look here and see if there are any questions. Looks like we have one here from Dana. If you already have Backblaze, would Mylio Drive Plus be included or be needed? That depends on you. So Mylio Drive Plus, while we are hosted with Backblaze, it is separate from Backblaze in some ways. So there's 2 different flavors of Backblaze if you're buying it directly from them. The first is computer backup, where it's backing up everything on your computer and your connected drives. It is very slow, and it is, again, meant for that disaster recovery. It's a wonderful service. I personally pay for that myself, and I have for years. I highly, highly recommend it. The second flavor that they have is the Backblaze B2. This is an S3 protocol cloud service that you can use with Mylio Photos. If you have that already set up as your cloud with Mylio, you do not necessarily need to add Mylio Drive Plus. It is really up to you because Mylio can access that cloud storage on demand across town, however you are. Now, if you're just using the computer backup and you want to have that on-demand access from within Mylio, having just the computer backup is not going to help you. It's great for covering the disaster recovery aspect of things, but it's not going to give you that on-demand access through Mylio of your full resolution file. So it depends on which flavor of Backblaze you're using, whether or not Mylio Drive Plus would be beneficial. Excellent question. Any other questions today? It looks like we've got one here from Christy. I had assumed Mylio Drive was necessary to function with multiple devices. Learned something new again. So glad that could be helpful to you. So yeah, Mylio does not need Mylio Drive to function, but it does make things better and simpler. So having it enabled, I recommend for just about everybody, unless, like I said, you're using it for, maybe medical stuff and you're a medical practitioner being HIPAA compliant, you need to probably research that. Or if you have other specific privacy concerns, keep that in mind, but we do our best to make sure that those things are encrypted and protected and very secure. So excellent stuff. All right, what other questions do you guys have for me today? Anything else? All right. Oh, let's see here. Oh, thanks. Steven said, is Secure Cloud the same thing as Drive Plus? Yes. So the Secure Cloud is what we call the storage add-on for Mylio Drive Plus. What you're going to see in Mylio, your device, is going to be Mylio Drive Plus. The subscription, as you're going to see it when you sign up for it on the Mylio website, is going to be the Secure Cloud storage for Mylio Drive Plus. A little bit confusing. I think a few too many terminology things that are going on. But yes, Secure Cloud is essentially Mylio Drive Plus. Anything else? All right, well, we'll keep this one pretty tight, I guess. This is going to be probably one of our shorter coffee breaks, but it's one of those topics that I really felt needed to have a little bit of attention, especially with newer users. We've got a lot of people who are coming in, and this is something that's really essential to know about Mylio, whether you want to use it independent of the cloud or if you want to enable Mylio Drive or Mylio Drive Plus. All are valid options. It just depends on your workflow and your needs. With that, I do want to remind you one more time that we have live Q&A on Tuesday and Thursday. Hope to see you guys then. And the next Friday, we'll be talking about photo dedupe at our next coffee break. So with that, I want to wish you guys a wonderful rest of the day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.